Okay, so I'm going to be starting out with NASDAQ first and moving on to the ES next. Very simple, very similar as well. Same sorts of setups here. I'm just going to start out by giving the higher time frame context here on the NQ. So as you can see, this is a huge bullish move. This is the swing range I've been working with. And you can see that we had that internal pullback and then we had the next leg out. So currently we're breaking above the swing high of this larger swing range. So the anticipation now is that we will continue to make new highs unless we get that pullback sooner rather than later. So it's just a case now of monitoring the lower time frames and following price action. The next major level I see above is 16.7k, where we have a daily supply and we have that high, of course, and then obviously we've got these next series of highs and supply. Moving down to the 4 hour on this, we can see the interaction between supply and demand here. We did have we had a broker structure here, and we had that move back into supply. We then got another move down, and then we can see that it became a fight between supply and demand between both sides. Eventually, demand won, and there's a nice zone here that we'll look at more in a second. But you can see this was the origin of that first proper breaker structure. So it's been bullish this entire time until we eventually got that breaker structure here, and then once that occurred, we eventually managed to flip it. So that becomes a significant high, of course, because it broke structure, and then obviously we've impulsed through that. Now this zone becomes more interesting to me. So that is this zone here, and then around here you've also got this 15-minute block here, and you've also got this one above, which lines up with a few other levels that we'll talk about in a sec. But definitely interested in this area here around 16.3. If we did get a retrace into that zone, it'd be definitely an area of interest for me. We have got news today. I believe it's CPI, so you know anything could happen. But typically news has been bullish of late, so just be careful. Yeah, so we can also add on some more technical analysis, and we can see there's some nice big volume in that area there. We've got that zone that I was talking about. We've got the weekly open. Obviously, we've got this zone here as well, which lines up with a VWAP close. You see there's a nice chunk of volume there where the previous day value area had low. And we're just currently chilling up here at the moment. The plan really is pretty much the same for ES, so I'm just going to jump over to that. With ES, you can see it's pretty similar, except this one has opened up above the previous day value area. And I'm basically just looking for this. I want to see the daily open either sweep the liquidity beneath the daily open in Asia and look for a potential long opportunity on the back of that if it's given, or if we start closing below that red line and below the daily open and we break internal structure, then I'll be looking for a retrace short and play that down into this value area here where I'll be looking to take profits. My first take profit will be the VWAP close, ideally, although I may look to these areas of liquidity here because we've got the previous day value area high. So you could have a simple TP1, TP2, TP3, TP4 if you've still got any left. But yeah, definitely an interesting thing, but it's very similar with NASDAQ. We'll be looking for how the daily open reacts here. We've obviously got this big chunk of volume here. We've also got a VWAP close in that same sort of area with some nice volume. So effectively just looking at the structure and how it aligns now. So you can see on the ES we've had that little move down after taking Asia liquidity. Just jump down time frame. You can see that we took Asia liquidity right there, and now we're getting that little bit of a move down. So just waiting patiently, got my alerts set. If we break this low here, we hold, we lose the daily open, maybe we get that retrace, find some nice areas of supply, and I'll definitely be looking to short that down. It's the exact same sort of situation with NQ. You see we've taken the liquidity, and now we're starting to break some structure here. So this could be coming down to daily open. Let's see how it reacts there. and then we'll make a decision from that point. In terms of long opportunities, I already talked about that, so it's a case of just sitting on your hands today. I'll do some more analysis on other assets, but it's just a case of wait and see today. Okay. And yeah, remember PMI or CPI, whatever it is, at 130. So expect volatility. And yeah, good luck.